Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Camreap now this is from a team of CZTs, and hopefully I won't goof any of these up. Mici Sue, Jan, Kit Lowe, and Yean Choo. I hope I got those at least close. All right. And was it the last one? Yean Choo. It said on Tangle Patterns, it said soon to be CZT, but that was back in, I think it was 2017. So I'm going to assume that Jean has completed her CZT since then. All right. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Yeah, like I said, it's been around for a bit, and I keep seeing it. And I thought, well, let's tackle this one today. All right. So it's kind of a border type pattern, or one that would, like a ribbon, or that would go in, in whatever line you'd want it to go. All right. So it starts off easy enough with, and I'm laughing because I had a little bit of trouble figuring this one out. All right. Starts off with an orb at the top of wherever you want it. And then here's where my difficulty came in, because I did not see this one little mark. And so, and then looking at the samples, and you can take a look for yourself in the For More Inspiration link. So here's how I decided to tackle it. Because at first I thought, well, this little, two lines come right from the orb, and they really don't. So just a little ways down from it, and they don't have to be straight. They can be curved, however you want to do them. And another good reason to take a look at the For More Inspiration link is because there are some really neat variations, some ideas on how you could use this. And then that would maybe determine how you do this. I'm thinking there might be still another way to accomplish it, and I'll share that towards the end if I remember. All right, then the next is we're going to connect the orb, and I'm aiming for here where, these kind of meet. So I'm going to use the takeoff and land concept, which means, if you don't know, I'm tracing over a little bit of here on this. That is my runway. And then the landing strip is over here where I'm landing. And I'm going to, same thing, trace over a little bit there. So tracing, then we take off and then land here like that. It just helps for the continuity. It's an interesting concept. We use it a lot with Cadent is the one that I've used it with. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. My brains. Anyway, we're gonna put an orb here. Huggins and Cadent. Yeah, actually, really both of them. Okay. We're gonna put another orb. And this one, you could have it, go all the way around, or just have it where it's kind of tucking out from there. I mean, I'm thinking some of them look like it's hollowed underneath this bit here. However you do it is going to be fine. And it's basically rinse and repeat. So then we'll put these lines here. And then connect them. Although, you could probably do all of the connecting after the fact if you wanted to. And as many of these as you want to do. Oh, look it's getting bigger. They don't have to be straight. They can just be however you want them to be. Okay. Oh, and then you're going to end it up with an orb underneath. Okay, next. And here's where, and not that it matters, it's just interesting. So when I first was playing with it, I took this, we're going to make another curve line up to the orb. Now, what I started off doing was I brought it up, kind of towards the top. And then this all looks like one thing. And I'm like, well, that doesn't look like what they did. So going back, it's like, well, okay, I just bring it down a little bit. But if you bring it up here, it's fine. All right. So from here, curve line up to the orb, wherever you want it to be. And you could do that whole line all together, or you could alternate like that. I'm going to finish these and come down on one side. And it's just the same idea, right? And then this way, using the curve of your hand, like that. Okay. And, oh, that's basically it. As I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, is there more? No, there's not. But you get to decorate it however you wish. And I really liked, well, you know what? Maybe I'll do some different things. I did put some spirals in mine. Oh, maybe let me do that here. On the second one. I started doing spirals because the way I end up doing this, I get all kinds of where it doesn't, although I did pretty good here where I have a little tag, little line that comes into the orb. But there's all kinds of, like I said, all kinds of things that you can do with it. I kind of like the spiral, so I'm just gonna do the same thing on all of them. But they put some like flowery shapes inside there. It's of course I'm gonna put a little extra ball at the end. But it's whatever you're inspired to do, as you know. Now, another thing that it wasn't in the step outs or anything, is in the samples. But if you wanted to make it look a little cooler, I'm putting some rounding in here. So, like that. So that is just, like, as you can see the little curve line there, just rounding out that corner. You could also think of it as just adding some weight in there. I just think it gives an extra neat look. And as you notice here, I just decided, and I'm going to have to go back and do that to the other ones. Whoops. To kind of extend that a little longer than just the corner. Like so. Then you could do, well, you know what? Let's see. I added some, oh, I still like it. Okay, I'm going to add it anyway. You could do some little curly cues at the ends of these. And even though they're all kind of pointing down, it doesn't matter because I'm using the takeoff and land idea to take this line and just continue it out like that. And I guess I mentioned it because my normal inclination would be to continue it going down this way, but we don't have to. And that adds something nice. All right, now for shading, I'm going to, okay, because the way I see it, this is kind of tucked under this with this line. And I think, oh yeah, in my version of the step out, let me do what I did there. And I did it was a kind of a course correction, but it worked neat. And that was, I just added some thickness to that that line, which kind of adds to it, this looking like it's tucked under there. So now if we add a little bit of graphite, Oh, look at that. Magical. All right. And then, oh, let's see. I was debating if I want to use what's left on the Tortillion or not. But I think what I want to do, let's just add a little bit up here to the top. These aren't as curved or as thick as what I have in my version of the step out. But I think we can add some curvage to it. Look at how nice that behaved. Oh, yeah, yeah. And then two, well, while we're at it, so I don't want to have the graphite remorse. I don't want to add too much. So I'm just, you see, I'm just adding that little bit to carry it under a little. Not this one, though. Yeah, I like it better. Yeah, so it's just neat. Just neat. And depending on which way, you think it's going. Let's see. Do I like it this way? Do I like it? No. I mean, can add a little graphite drop shadow effect. Or it kind of adds some motion to it. I'm going a little bit more. Like that. There we go. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's neat. It has a lot of potential for doing whatever you want to it. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please click on the like button. I'm going to touch up a couple things. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, I've already mentioned it, links to the step outs. And below that is my link tree. So there you would find ways to connect with me if you wish. So that links to, my website. You can follow my Facebook page. If you're interested in classes, there's a couple links there to follow me for classes. And just by the way, I do have a lot of them that are free, as well as some that have a fee. It will say it on the graphic. If it has a cost, if you don't see that, that means it's free. We also have a Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook. So if you want to join us there, when you click that link, just so you know, there are 4 questions that you have to answer in order to gain entry. And it's nothing major. It's just a way that I'm using to make sure we have actual people there. Not, I don't know if they're bots or whatever, but it just helps to, have people there so you understand. Here's what we're looking for in the group. Here's how you can participate. Here's where to look for some things. Is that kosher? Good? Yes? No? All of that kind of thing. So, what else do I want to mention? I think that's it. But the group is amazing. If you come join us online, just a fantastic group of people. We have a lot of fun. Come and join us. And with that, thank you so much for watching. And I wish you happy tangling.